Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Intelligent Pod, the show where we dive deep into the systems shaping our world and uncover the truth behind the headlines. I'm your host, Sophie Lane. I am so glad you're joining me today for a truly fascinating and very important conversation. Today's topic is one I'm sure has touched all of us, whether we realize it or not: the dark side of social media algorithms. Now, before you scroll away, let me explain why this topic matters. Social media algorithms are the invisible puppeteers behind almost every post you see on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, you name it. They curate your feed, suggest friends, recommend videos, and even decide which news stories you'll encounter. But beneath their shiny surface lies a much more complex and sometimes troubling reality. Today, we're going to explore what social media algorithms really are, how they impact our mental health, relationships, and even our democracy, and what you can do to take back control. Let's start with the basics. What is an algorithm? In the context of social media, an algorithm is essentially a set of instructions, a recipe, if you will, that the platform uses to decide which content to show you. These algorithms analyze your behavior, what you like, share, comment on, watch, and even how long you linger over a post. Then, they use that data to predict what you'll find most engaging or addictive. For example, have you ever noticed that after you watch one cat video, your feed suddenly becomes a never-ending parade of adorable felines? That's the algorithm at work. Or maybe you found yourself in a heated debate in the comments section, only to see more and more posts that rile you up. Again, that's the algorithm, learning what keeps your attention and feeding you more of the same. But here's where things get tricky. These algorithms aren't just trying to make you happy, they're trying to keep you on the platform as long as possible. Your attention is their product, and advertisers are the customers. The longer you stay, the more ads you see, and the more money the platform makes. Now, let's dig a little deeper. According to a 2023 report from Data Reportal, the average person spends almost 2.5 hours on social media every single day. That's over 900 hours a year. Consider what else you could do with that time. Learn a language, pick up an instrument, start a side hustle. But the algorithms are designed to make logging off feel almost impossible. So, how do these algorithms actually shape our lives? Let's break it down from several perspectives: psychological, scientific, and cultural. First, the psychological angle. One of the most well-documented effects of social media algorithms is their impact on mental health. A 2021 study published in Nature Communications found a strong correlation between algorithm-driven social media use and increased rates of anxiety, depression, and loneliness, especially among teenagers. The underlying reason? Algorithms often prioritize content that evokes strong emotions: anger, fear, outrage, because those emotions drive more engagement. Calm, neutral posts simply don't keep people scrolling in the same way. Let me give you a real-life example. I have a friend, let's call her Julia, who went through a rough breakup. She started seeing more and more posts about heartbreak, loneliness, and even memes about being single. The more she engaged, the more the algorithm fed her this kind of content. Before long, her feed became an echo chamber of sadness, reinforcing her pain. She told me later that logging onto social media made her feel worse, not better, but it was so hard to stop. Second, let's look at the scientific perspective. Scientists have discovered that algorithms can actually rewire our brains. Every like, comment, or share triggers a tiny dopamine hit, the same neurotransmitter involved in addiction. Over time, this can create a feedback loop that makes us crave the next notification, the next viral post, the next hit. In other words, algorithms are exploiting our basic brain chemistry to keep us hooked. A 2018 study by the Royal Society for Public Health called social media more addictive than cigarettes and alcohol. And while that may sound dramatic, think about how often you reach for your phone without even realizing it. I know I'm guilty of that. Now let's talk about the cultural impact. Social media algorithms don't just affect individuals, they shape entire societies. By showing us content we're likely to agree with, algorithms create what's known as filter bubbles, We end up surrounded by people and information that reinforce our existing beliefs, making it harder to see other perspectives. This can deepen political polarization, spread misinformation, and even influence elections. Take the 2016 US presidential election, where Facebook's algorithm was found to have amplified fake news stories because they generated high engagement. Or think about the rise of conspiracy theories on YouTube, where the recommendation algorithm can lead users down increasingly extreme rabbit holes. These aren't just abstract problems, they have real-world consequences. Now, I want to be clear, algorithms themselves aren't inherently evil. In many ways, they make our lives easier. They help us discover new music, reconnect with old friends, and stay informed about the world. But when profit becomes the main driver, priorities shift from user well-being to maximizing engagement at any cost. That brings us to the question, what can we do about it? How can we protect ourselves from the dark side of social media algorithms? I have a few actionable strategies you can start using today. First, become aware of your usage. Most smartphones now include a screen time or digital well-being dashboard. Check how much time you're spending on social media each day. Set limits for yourself. You might be surprised how much of your day is slipping away. Second, curate your feed. Most platforms allow you to unfollow, mute, or hide posts and users. If a certain account or topic consistently makes you feel anxious or angry, don't be afraid to take a break or mute it entirely. Remember, your feed should serve you, not the other way around. Third, diversify your information sources. Make a conscious effort to follow people with different backgrounds, perspectives, and opinions. This can help break you out of your filter bubble and expand your worldview. Fourth, take regular breaks. The dopamine loop is real, and the only way to break it is to step away. Try a digital detox for a few hours, or even a whole day, every week. Use that time to connect with friends in person, get outside, or pursue a hobby. And finally, advocate for change. Tech companies respond to public pressure. Support organizations and policymakers pushing for greater transparency and ethical algorithm design. Ask for features that let you control your feed. Opt out of certain types of recommendations, or see how your data is being used. Let's recap what we've discussed today. Social media algorithms are powerful tools that shape what we see, think, and feel online. While they offer convenience and connection, they also have a dark side, manipulating our emotions, reinforcing filter bubbles, and even affecting our mental health. By becoming more mindful of how we use these platforms, curating our feeds, seeking out diverse perspectives, and advocating for ethical design, we can reclaim our agency and make social media a healthier space for everyone. I'll leave you with this thought. Algorithms may be written in code, but we are the authors of our own experience. Let's choose wisely what we pay attention to, and remember that we have the power to shape our digital lives. Thank you so much for joining me on Intelligent Pod today. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. It helps new listeners find the show. For show notes, resources, and more episodes, head over to intelligentpod.com. And if you have thoughts, questions, or stories about your own experience with social media algorithms, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a line at sophie@intelligentpod.com. Take care of yourselves and your feeds. Until next time, I'm Sophie Lane, and this is Intelligent Pod.